If you used SharePoint to create an employee hub, you might agree it's not a piece of cake to use with its limited design options and hit-and-miss search results. And that's why in this video, I'll show you 24 Origami web parts that can turn a basic SharePoint site into a beautiful website-like hub your team will actually enjoy using. Let's get started. Number 1. Search web parts. Many users say that it's hard to find things on SharePoint. When you use the search box at the top of the page, it does its best. But you'll also see draft documents, old documents, random images, and irrelevant pages. And there is no easy way to filter these search results. We found that when most SharePoint users search for something, they look for forms, templates, how-tos, and policies. So we built a SharePoint web part that lets you point users to specific libraries and only show results from those libraries, not the whole SharePoint. This web part is called Finder, and it makes users feel like it's a one-stop shop for all the targeted documents they need. It even shows this quick file preview so you can take a peek before you click. This web part is so popular, some companies want to use it right at the top of the page. So we've built a search banner web part just for that. It has pretty much the same functionality, but with this prominent Google-like look. Number 2, user-friendly navigation. Page navigation still ranks as the #1 way people find their way around the site, so it needs to be prominent and simple to use. SharePoint out-of-the-box navigation covers the basics. You can have a mega menu, upload your company logo, and even update the background color. But it's far from looking like a real website navigation. That's where Origami's navigation comes in. Here you can customize colors for various parts of the navigation, resize fonts, and the logo literally with a single click. You can even add link descriptions for better clarity. Now that looks more like a true website navigation. And if you're building a SharePoint knowledge base, you can use Origami's side navigation. It gives you that wiki-style menu that is searchable, collapsible, and easy to browse. Number 3, customizable quick links. If there was a place where I could save all the links to work tools I use daily, and I mean not just generic links someone from IT picked for me, but my own bookmarks I can select, this could save me so much time I'd use this page every day. SharePoint gives you a simple quick links web part where you can add links, pick an icon, and that's about it. It's a good start, but not much to brag about. Origami Quick Links Plus web part is a whole new level. First, as a page designer, I can choose colors for this web part, make buttons bigger or rounder, you name it. I can even change the style of my buttons like this. Or you can position links over the top of a banner like this. So much flexibility. I can even save my design settings so the web part remembers my styles if I add it to another page on the site. Also, as admin, I can target and show links to different teams depending on their group. But the best part is this. As a user, I can add my own bookmarks only visible to me. Just click Add Remove, give your link a name, paste the URL, and hit Add and Save. The web part will grab the site's icon for you automatically. So now your SharePoint page feels like it was made just for you. Number 4, personalized full-width banners. Pages with empty space on each side of a screen are a thing of the past. Most of us expect full-width personalized pages like this one. But guess what? SharePoint out of the box has only 4 web parts you can put in here. None can be personalized. With Origami, you've got a choice of 27 more web parts you can add to a full width section, all looking spectacular. Let's look at how some of these web parts can light up your pages. Do you want your SharePoint to look more like a website? Use Carousel with expanding quick links. It's eye-catching, personal, and look at this. You can set the size, style, colors, and text, and even add video to each slide. It's a great way to make your pages stand out. Now, what if you want to show a bit more than just one big splash announcement? Use Banner with News Plus. It greets employees by name and includes a compact news carousel and links on the side. It's a smart way to pack more content without cluttering the page. And if your focus is just on news, Banner with News web part is a great alternative. It keeps the same clean layout but without the quick links, giving your announcements more space to shine. Number 5. Tabs. Let's be honest, nobody enjoys scrolling through a long wall of text. It's hard on the eyes and good luck finding what you're looking for. That's why we built Origami Tabs with Cards web part. Take a look. Everything is neatly organized into easy-to-scan sections. In my example, I've grouped employee resources into categories based on employee role. It's much easier to find what you need this way. You can even target specific tabs to only show to members of select SharePoint groups. For example, managers can see tabs just for them automatically. You can also change the look and size of the tabs to match your style. It always looks polished and it only takes a few clicks. You won't find anything like this packed in a single web part in a regular SharePoint. Number 6. People Directory. Every great SharePoint site should make it easy to find your coworkers. But out of the box, SharePoint doesn't give you a simple way to do that. And that's a big gap. So we created Origami People Directory to help fill this gap. It's so simple, just draw People Directory web part onto your page and right away it shows employee contacts. It works automatically because most companies already have employee information in Active Directory or Entra ID. You can also customize what shows in this directory. For example, you can hide system accounts, choose what shows on each contact card, and even add filters to help people search faster. It's a quick and powerful tool with a huge impact. Number 7. News Center with categories. Having news and announcements on a SharePoint is great until they start taking over the entire page. And if you're trying to show news from multiple departments, it just makes the problem worse. So what's the fix? Check this out. Same amount of news, but now it's neatly grouped into categories. This is the Origami News Center web part. You can pull news from multiple SharePoint sites and organize it by department, project, or anything you like. Want even more control? You can use metadata tags to sort news or any other SharePoint pages by topic. That's super helpful for things like a knowledge base, where people need to find the right article fast. It's a clean and simple way to keep your pages organized. Number 8. Color-coded calendar. Just like with news, having one place where you can see all company events neatly organized is a breath of fresh air. With SharePoint built-in calendar, you can kind of do this. But if you have more than 10 events in any given period, the page gets messy quickly. That's why we created the Origami Calendar web part. It brings together events from multiple SharePoint sites and Microsoft 365 group calendars and shows them all in one simple view. You can color code your events so it's easy to spot what's important. And employees can filter events right on the page, just like you would when booking a flight or a hotel. It's a clean, organized way to help everyone stay in the loop. Number 9. Alerts. Sometimes you need to get an urgent message out. Maybe there is a system outage, a building closure, or it's the last week for open enrollment. You don't want this to get buried in an email. SharePoint can be a good place for this, but how do you make your alerts stand out? Origami Alert is just what you need. You can schedule alerts and have them show across all pages. Even as people move from page to page, your message stays visible. You can choose the color based on urgency. Red for critical, yellow for reminders, and blue for general updates. And you can target alerts to the right people. For example, you might show one message just to managers, another to staff in a specific office, or just to remote workers. It's an easy, reliable way to make sure no one misses something important. Number 10, custom headings and fonts. Fonts play a big role in how a site feels, and they're often part of a company's brand identity. Take a look at these two pages. One looks plain and a bit dull. The other, it pops. It feels more like a real website homepage. So what makes the difference? It's the Origami heading web part. With this tool, you can add bold, colorful headings that match your brand, like this one with the gradient style. You can adjust the size, color, and position of your headings to make each page feel polished and professional. It's a simple way to bring your SharePoint site to life and give it that modern branded look. Number 11, FAQs. When your company is growing and new people are joining all the time, you'll probably hear the same questions over and over. And hopefully you're giving the same answers too. But instead of replying to every email, give your inbox a break. Origami's FAQ web part is here to help you. Here's how I've used it on my knowledge base page. Now I've got answers right when people need them. Users can easily search through questions, and it takes me seconds to update the answers and customize the design to match company's brand. It saves time for everyone and keeps your SharePoint pages neat and helpful. Number 12, social features. What I love about adding social features to SharePoint is how it changes the whole feel of the site. It's no longer just a place to find documents. It starts to feel more personal and welcoming. If you want to bring that social touch to your intranet, I've got 3 Origami web parts that most companies add on top of what SharePoint already gives you. Here they are. LinkedIn feed. Many companies already use LinkedIn to share updates and attract new hires. But here's the problem. SharePoint doesn't let you show your live LinkedIn feed on a page. That's where Origami LinkedIn web part can be helpful. With this tool, you can display your company's LinkedIn posts right on your SharePoint site. You can even connect more than one feed, for example, your executive team's posts and your main company updates. So easy. Just keep posting on LinkedIn like you normally do, and LinkedIn web part will sync everything automatically. Next up, employee anniversaries and milestones. This is something a lot of people want to show in their SharePoint, but SharePoint doesn't have it built in. That's why we created the Origami Anniversaries web part. It automatically displays upcoming birthdays or work anniversaries using data from Microsoft Graph or Entra. And here's the best part. It updates itself. When someone joins or leaves the company, the list stays current, no manual work needed. It's a simple way to recognize your team and bring a human touch to your intranet. And if you're looking for something simple to boost morale, there are 2 great options. The Origami Kudos web part is perfect for quick shoutouts and recognitions, like thanking a coworker or celebrating a small win. Then there is Social Corner. It's great for welcoming new employees, sharing team updates, or posting fun moments from around the office. And here's the bonus. Unlike Microsoft Viva, both of these tools let you moderate posts and manage what gets shared, so you stay in control while still keeping things fun and engaging. When you put all these features together, you get a SharePoint experience that feels more personal, more engaging, and a whole more connected. Number 13, org chart. When a company is growing or going through changes, it's important for people to understand who's who and where they fit in. And that's where an org chart really helps. SharePoint does have one, but many people say it's hard to navigate and see the full organization in one view. With the Origami org chart web part, it's a whole different story. You can scroll freely through the org chart, click into user profiles, and see everything laid out clearly. You can even match the chart to your company's colors and branding. And the best part? There's no extra setup. Origami pulls the reporting structure straight from Entra ID, so it stays up to date automatically. Number 14, interactive videos. One of the easiest ways to make your intranet feel alive is by adding a video. Just look at this top banner and these quick links that play on hover. It feels modern, interactive, and like something you'd expect in 2025. Trying to recreate that with standard SharePoint web parts, not so easy. But with the Origami video web part, it's a completely different experience. I can upload a video directly, choose the size and layout that fits the page, and even set it to play automatically when someone hovers over it. Just like you see here. It's super flexible, easy to use, and the results look fantastic. Number 15, goals and KPIs. Dashboards and KPIs are a common part of most SharePoint homepages. SharePoint does let you embed Power BI reports or use iframes to pull in data from other tools. And that's great for leadership teams who need detailed insights. But for most employees, it's often too much. These reports can be slow to load, hard to read, or even require extra logins. What people really want is a quick snapshot. Something simple, almost like an airport departures board. That's where the Origami KPIs web part can help. It lets you display key numbers like sales goals, customer satisfaction, or open tickets. It's fast, clear, and helps everyone stay informed without the overload. Number 16, process timeline. When a policy or procedure feels complicated, one of the best ways to simplify it is to show it visually, like this interactive sequence. Think about onboarding steps, a procurement flow, or even training roadmap. Sure, you could create a static image, but those take hours to design and update, and they don't do much beyond just sitting there. Now imagine if employees could check off each step as they go, and you could track their progress in the background, like in the onboarding roadmap example. That's exactly what Origami Process and Timeline web part is built for. You can set it up in just a few clicks. It looks great, helps guide users through any process, and is perfect for training pages because admins can see who's completed what with minimal effort. Number 17, pre-built SharePoint intranet templates. We've looked at a lot of different web parts, and I don't know about you, but when I'm building a page, I'd like to see how it's all going to look before I dive in. I don't want to spend hours trying to figure out the layout from scratch. And that's exactly why we added pre-built page templates to Origami. These are some of the most common layouts you'll need, and you can add them to your site instantly. Since they're just regular SharePoint pages, you can copy them, tweak them, and make them perfectly in line with your company brand. They are here to give you a head start. Number 18, copy pages across sites. Speaking of copying pages, sometimes you create a great-looking page and some other department wants to use it on their site, but you can't copy across sites with SharePoint. You'd literally have to rebuild the page from scratch. I think that makes no sense at all, and it's such a time waster. That's why we added a page copy tool to Origami. It lets you duplicate any page across sites in just a few clicks, whether it uses Origami or SharePoint web parts. It's perfect for reusing templates you've already built or rolling out consistent pages to different teams. Customers tell us it saves them hours of work, and it works like magic. So there you have it, 24 powerful components that can take your SharePoint site from basic to beautiful. And while this video showed the difference between SharePoint and Origami, the great thing is that you don't have to choose one over the other. Origami works right on top of SharePoint, so you can get the best of both worlds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.